Disney has been struggling. Insane amounts of money have been put into movies and shows that haven't met expectations, like Elemental, Lightyear, Secret Invasion, and more, but they've still tried to convince us that they're doing okay. Yet with the new quarterly earnings report, things are looking pretty bad as they've lost $510 million and 2.4 million subscribers worldwide in the last quarter alone. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So, of course, the quarterly earnings report numbers released yesterday, and there are a lot of different articles, but I wanted to start off with this Forbes one. It says 2.4 million loss, why Disney Plus suffered first ever decline in subscribers. No streamer is immune from the subscription losses that have plagued the services in the post-COVID era, but Disney knew going into today's fourth quarter earnings call that it would be announcing its first ever decline in subscriptions. Indeed, the service lost 2.4 million subscribers from its worldwide roll, marking the first time since its launch in November 2019 that it has recorded a drop in subscriptions, and the news was expected, though Disney Plus suffered a bigger decrease than analysts had anticipated. That's kind of been the story of Disney's life over the past few years. Analysts are constantly predicting that they are not going to be taking as such heavy losses, and unfortunately for them, they have been missing those marks, and they have been losing even more than originally anticipated. As it says, it marked the first time Bob Iger had presented the results since returning to the CEO role late last year, following the board's oust of Bob Chapek. Iger addressed the Disney Plus subscriber drop amid other questions about concerns that led to Chapek's dismissal. There were a lot of projects that Bob Iger had started that Chapek had to finish, and a lot of people do think that they brought Chapek in just to see so many things fail, so that when Iger came back, it wasn't on his record, which is hilarious, but also probably true. But yes, it says why the Disney Plus drop. Iger attributed it wholly to the losses suffered by Disney Plus Hotstar, which is the Southeast Asian/Indian version of the streaming service. Now, they have faced problems with Hotstar. This is very true, and it does account for a big portion of these 2.4 million losses, but we are just talking about 2.4 million worldwide here. If we hone in on the US and Canada, they lost 300,000 subscribers. It says the Walt Disney Company revealed the company lost 300,000 Disney Plus subscribers in the United States and Canada in their latest third quarter financial earnings. Now, this could be a slew of things, of course. This could be people are not enjoying the content that they're releasing. People feel like there is, a lack of content going up. People might just feel like, I'm paying for too many subscription services, so I am not going to pay for Disney Plus going forward. And that's not going to get any easier for them in a second when I talk about price increases. But it says in the company's third quarter of fiscal year 2023 earnings report, the company revealed that the total Disney Plus subscribers in the US and Canada declined from 46.3 million at the end of the second quarter to 46 million at the end of the third quarter. That is a loss of 1% of all Disney Plus subscribers in the United States and Canada, and a loss of around 300,000 total subscribers. Now, of course, will they get these numbers back up? There is a chance in the next quarter, but ultimately, right now, it is still a loss for them. And then let's look at revenue. Disney's streaming operation lost $512 million in the most recent quarter, the company said, bringing total streaming losses since 2019, when Disney Plus was introduced, to more than $11 billion. They did invest a lot in Disney Plus. They were really hoping that it was instantly going to pay off. And while, of course, it has made them some money, we are talking about a lot of losses here. $512 million in just the last quarter alone. And this is on top of movie losses, which I have talked about a few times at this point, but a financial analyst recently speculated that the Walt Disney Company had lost nearly $900 million at the box office in the past year, and that consists of things like Elemental. We have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I mean, we are talking about quite a few very big films here. Well, that number is over $1 billion now with the Dial of Destiny's failure, because that is not doing what they expected at all whatsoever. It did not at the box office. It is expected when it eventually goes online, it's not going to hit the numbers they're wanting. And to make it even worse, they are facing these subscriber losses, 300,000 in the United States and Canada, 2.4 million worldwide. And of course, what is their response? Raising prices. Disney announces new price hikes for their streaming services. Disney Plus without ads will have a price increase from $10.99 to $13.99 per month for US customers, and Hulu without ads will increase from $14.99 to $17.99 per month. These are very large increases. We do typically see companies go up by like $1 every 2 years or every 3 years, but we're talking, a significant increase very quickly for both of these large streaming services. And I do think that when these price hikes go into play, I do think that we are going to see people unsubscribe. I think that there are a lot of services at this point that cost a lot of money as they're all going up. And I think that people are going to start cutting specific services. And if you have Disney Plus and Hulu, are you really going to keep both? Probably not. And I just think that we are going to see some more subscriber losses. Now, we do not know when these are going to go into effect. I couldn't really find a solid date on when this is supposed to happen, but one would assume it is going to happen in the next couple of months. But people are furious at them for this. The comment section of this tweet by Pop Crave, it's got almost 10 million views. People are saying things like, yeah, I'm about to become a pirate because it's not like they're paying their writers, which of course Hollywood is going through the strikes right now. And it just seems like there's a lot of chaos going on for at least Disney paired with, Hollywood in general. But like I've mentioned, I can't really feel bad for Hollywood and the writers and the actors that are striking, or the companies that might be losing money because of those, because ultimately these are the people that are ruining the entertainment we love. And also this does tie into the fact that Disney is losing subscribers. People are sick and tired of the bad content that they've been putting out, whether it's from these shitty writers and these stuck-up actors, or, people at Disney greenlighting projects. People are sick and tired of bad content. Look at what's gone on to Disney Plus in the past year. I mean, Secret Invasion, it was a $200 million show that people were furious at. I mean, it's got some of the lowest rated content in the MCU in general at this point, because of course, what did they do at the end? Wahmen power. They decided to pick another woman who's the strongest character in the MCU, but the rest of the show was a slogfest. It took forever to get through. It was boring content. It wasn't what we wanted, and that is a big reason why people probably are like, I'm gonna unsubscribe. You know what? I don't want to spend the money on this anymore. Then you've got shows like She-Hulk, which of course, woman power, taking a character that people like from the comic book, making her look and act very different, just changing it around. Of course, her one-upping Hulk. I mean, the list here goes on. And then you've got stuff at the box office, like I mentioned, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Elemental. Overall, it is a mess for these companies, but I can't feel bad because they're not giving us the content that we actually want. We do not want narratives shoved into our entertainment, and that is really, at this point, what Disney is giving us. But people are saying things like they get you in at $4.99. The next thing you know, you owe them your firstborn child. It's true. When they launch services, they market them as being really low cost, and you're going to have access to so much content. Like, look at Disney Plus. When it launched, people were so excited because it was a low price, and wow, I'm gonna get Disney's whole back catalog, I'm gonna get the new movies, I'm gonna get the new shows. But then when they launch, the back catalog isn't fully there. They decide to take pieces off of the service, they raise it by a little bit, then they start putting out, the exclusive, let's say, Marvel shows, and those aren't really as good as people expected. Oh, but then they're gonna put the brand new going to the theater films on there. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit extra to get to see those. Oh, the prices go up a little bit more. Now you get to see them 2 months after they're out of theaters. I mean, it's just constantly changing, and people are sick and tired of their bullshit. I do think that we are going to continue to see Disney struggle a bit. I mean, ultimately, they are not like a dying company, right? Every company will eventually go through losses, but this is a lot of information to digest all at once. 2.4 million subscriber loss worldwide, 300,000 total subscribers in the US and Canada alone lost. You've got a $512 million, streaming operation loss, and to boot, they are hiking the prices, which has led to people being very upset with them online. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.